Hello viewers, I'm Taran Kumar Goonwal, Assistant Professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. The following video is prepared as per the syllabus and course outline of Maharshi Dayanand University. However, there are mostly general topics which cover the working and theoretical aspects of civil engineering. For best understanding and conceptualizing clearly, please do not skip the video and watch till end. At the end of each topic and each section, we will be discussing about the related important questions, feasibility and application. Let's start the video. Students, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So in this session, we will continue with the subject Engineering Geology, which is in the 6th semester of Maharishi Dayanand University. And the topic of discussion today would be stratigraphy. So without further ado, we'll start the topic. As you can see in the screen, stratigraphy is the study of temporal relationships in sedimentary rock bodies and reflects changes in the balance between rates at which space is produced and filled. Stratigraphy can be considered the history of past geological events and adds the dimension of time to sedimentology. तो ये एक टेम्परल रिलेशनशिप की स्टडी है सेडिमेंटरी रॉक्स उनकी बॉडीज में और जो भी उनके बीच में एनवायरमेंटल चेंजेस की वजह से जो भी एक उनके बीच में स्पेस क्रिएट हो रहा है उसकी फिलिंग और जो स्पेस प्रोडक्शन है उसकी जो स्टडी है वो इसमें हम करते हैं. Stratigraphy is used to record history. The stratigraphic record preserves details pertaining to major geologic events such as mountain buildings, which we have discussed is known as orogenies. Next is eustatically driven transgressive or regressive cycles, that are sequences. We have also discussed about it. And climatic fluctuations. Coming to the principles of stratigraphy. First position is its superposition. Second is original horizontality. Third is lateral continuity. Fourth is cross-cutting relationships. Fifth is inclusions. Sixth is faunal, that is biological succession. Next is incomplete record, and then base level, followed by accommodation, which is followed by preservation potential, thereafter cyclicity, then Walter's law, and last correlation. As you can see it in the diagram, these are Precambrian rocks, this age, where you can see this schists, granites, then Cambrian, it gives Tonto group, sandstones, shales, limestones. Then Devonian comes under this layer, Mississippian, Redwell limestone, Pennsylvanian, which gives Supai group, and there is disconformity among all the layers. Then Permian, it has Hermit shale and Coconian sandstone. So you can pause the video and study this diagram further. Now talking about first principle, that is principle of superposition. Sedimentary layers become progressively younger upwards through a stratigraphy sequence. So the topmost layer hai, they are progressively younger. Then principle of original horizontality. At the time of deposition, sedimentary layers are horizontal. If they are no longer horizontal, they have undergone some type of deformation. the two most common type of deformations are folding and faulting. तो ऐसा अज्यूम किया जाता है कि जो भी ओरिजिनल लेयर्स हैं वो सब परफेक्टली हॉरिजॉन्टल होती हैं, बट इफ दे आर नॉट हॉरिजॉन्टल दैट मींस दे हैव अंडरगॉन either of the two types of deformation, out of one which is folding and the other is faulting. So this can cause folding and this will cause faulting. Tilting of beds by faulting, as you can see. This is a reason of fold. This. And this is fault. Diagrammatically, it can be shown as this is Paleozoic limestones, this Mesozoic sandstone, and this is the plane of fault, this one. Coming to principle of lateral continuity. At the time of deposition, sedimentary layers are continuous for long distances. If they terminate abruptly, they have either undergone deformation or they have been eroded. The two most common cases of abrupt bed termination are faulting. Sedimentary layers can taper laterally. ऐसा assume किया जाता है initially जो sedimentary layers हैं, they are long and continuous for long distances. This way, they are like this, the undeformed layers for long distances. But due to external stress, that is of stretching and thinning, this can happen. For compressional stress, shortening and thickening, this can happen. And this is lateral shift, shear stress, this can happen. As you can see, this represents bed continuation till here. But at this point, it has been faulted. So this bed continuation has been terminated by faulting. Next is bed termination by unconformity. An unconformity is a structure, is a surface that represents an episode of missing geologic time. During the formation of an unconformity, sediment is either not deposited or it is deposited and subsequently. किसी भी जब हम इस सेडिमेंटरी बेड की बात कर रहे हैं तो ये जो अनकन्फॉर्मिटी है ये बताता है उस टाइम स्पैन को, उस जियोलॉजिक टाइम स्पैन को जो हमारे पास जिसका डेटा नहीं, जिसका डेटा विजिबल नहीं है. Either it is missing or it was formed but subsequently removed by erosion, like this. तो ये जो लेयर्स हैं सेडिमेंट बेड्स की, कॉन्टिन्यूस हॉरिजॉन्टल लेयर, ये यहाँ पे डिसकंटिन्यू हो रही है. तो माना जाता है कि या तो कभी यहाँ पे लेयर्स बनी ही नहीं, या इफ इन केस बनी थी तो वो इरोजन से रिमूव कर दी गई. This is floor of sedimentary basin and you can see the discontinuation due to unconformity of the layers. This layer has been discontinued. Here stratum terminates by thinning at the margin. So here the stratum terminates due to thinning, and here the stratum terminates by grading into different kind of sediment. So this is different variety of sediment, and this stratum of sedimentary basin, that is sandstone layer, is discontinued because of introduction of different kind of sediment. There are different types of unconformities. First is paraconformity, which is known as disconformity, that you can see here. the type of disconformities. Next is non-conformity. Here, this type. Here you can see the disconformity. Then the third is angular unconformity, which is of this form. So these layers are discontinued like this here. There are three types of unconformity based on the types of rocks, which we have discussed. Now, disconformities. Disconformities are unconformities where horizontal sedimentary layers over horizontally sedimentary layers. They represent episodes of sea level change. सी लेवल चेंज की वजह से ये सब डिस्कन्फॉर्मिटीज हो सकती हैं और सिंपल जियोलॉजिक अपलिफ्ट एंड सबसिडेंस की वजह से भी. नेक्स्ट इज एंगुलर अनकन्फॉर्मिटीज, जो कि हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, इन रीजन से होती है. दे आर unconformities where horizontal sedimentary layers overly tilted sedimentary layers. They represent episodes of deposition followed by deformation, resulting in tilting in a second episode of deposition. Yes, like this. Here you can see the discontinuity. Here also, and then some other non-conformities. Non-conformities are unconformities where horizontal sedimentary layers, overly intrusive igneous rocks, and metamorphic rocks. They represent episodes of uplift and erosion followed by deposition. तो ये एक horizontal sedimentary layer थी, which has been intruded by igneous rocks and metamorphic rocks this way, and eventually they come to the top, and then episodes of uplift and erosion cuts the top part, and it starts looking like this. Yes, this way. Here is that type of principles of cross-cutting relationships. A rock body that is cut crossed by another rock body, any structure or unconformity is older than what is cutting. जब एक rock दूसरे rock से cut हो जाता है horizontally in any cross direction, then that is principle of cross-cutting. Yes, like this. You can see here. You can see also here. Yes. Here. You can see here. Cross cuttings. So many examples of cross cutting. Next is principle of inclusions. Fragments of one rock body that are contained within another must be older than the body that contains them. Virtually every particle in clastic sedimentary rocks can be पढ़ा था clastic sedimentary rocks. एक comparatively newer rock body में एक older rock body contained होती है, तो वही principle of inclusion है. This is contained in this, this is contained in this, this is contained in this, and like Principle of faunal or biological succession. This is suture, the type of stitches, and it is the chamber. This gets converted to this. This gets, these suture take this form. So this is majorly based on biological succession. And you can see here this prehistoric animal evolving as per the biological succession. And students, this is very important. This is geologic time scale. I will zoom in the video for ease. So this is 1999 geologic time scale. You can pause the video and study it further. Here the ages are given. Then the period is given. Because of an issue in the video quality, I don't know why the content is not coming out to be clear. But if you want this, I will email you. You can email me. I will send you the content of this slide. That will make it easy for you to study. So I'll give you an overview. This is Cenozoic, this is Mesozoic, this is Paleozoic, and this is Precambrian time scale. This gives the period, this gives age, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. You can see it is tertiary period of Neogene, Paleogene, Paleogene में इपोश हैं अलग अलग, जो कि पैलियोसीन, इयोसीन, ओलिजोसीन, इसी तरीके से मेसोजोइक में भी क्रेटेशियस, जुरासिक, ट्रायासिक, then this is Archean, which has a brief time history of early, middle, and late. Now, this is the pictorial representation of what we studied in the previous page. In the Cenozoic era, that is age of recent life, we divided it into two parts, that is tertiary period and quaternary period. So gibbous, Calliteriforus velis, and Neptunia tabulata, Venericardia planicosta. These are available in Cenozoic era. Likewise, Mesozoic area is the age of medieval life, Paleozoic era is the age of ancient life, and we do not know about such remains and existence of Precambrian. Now, talking about those incomplete records, the scale could be interregional, regional, or local, and its order is like this in increasing from right to left, 5 4 3 2 1. So in this there is mega unconformity, then in interregional but second time order there is, in second last time order there is super unconformities, regional unconformities, parasequence boundaries and bedding planes. So when we move from here to here, we reach at this order. This is known as stratigraphic discontinuities. The rock record consists of punctuated depositional events such as floods, storms and turbidity flows separated by hair shoes. तो कुछ ऐसा कि सेडिमेंटरी रॉक इनिशियल ऐसा लगता था, and based on time scale it converted to this. Unconformities, some more unconformities we'll talk about here. Unconformities represent major gaps in the stratigraphic records, and unconformities reflect significant tectonic events or fluctuations in the sea level. तो unconformities से पता चलता है कि जो significant tectonic events और sea levels में fluctuations हुई हैं उनके रीजन से. So this again represents the time scale and the available and the type of rocks available. So in Permian we got Kaibab limestone, then Hermit shale as well, Coconoino sandstone. This is how they look. Then in Pennsylvanian we got Sopai group, Mississippian red wall limestone, Devonian Temple, Cambrian bright angel shale, Precambrian Zoroaster granite. So you can study it further and learn the name as much as you can. Next is diastems. Diastems represent minor gaps between similar depositional events such as floods, storms and turbidity flows that form a natural part of a depositional system. तो जैसा कि आप ये देख पा रहे हैं, एक गैप क्रिएट हो जाता है because of flood, storm and turbidity flow. To be remembered that this represents minor gaps between similar depositional events. ये सब सेम डिपोजिशनल इवेंट की वजह से फॉर्म हुए थे, पर स्टॉर्म फ्लोज, फ्लड्स, टर्बिडिटी फ्लोज, इनकी वजह से एक माइनर सा गैप आ गया है. Now base level. Base level is the level below which erosion cannot occur, of which deposition does not take place. तो base level एक वो पॉइंट है जहां पे erosion नहीं हो सकता और उसके ऊपर कोई deposition भी नहीं हो सकता. Sea level is the ultimate base level, और sea level ही ultimate base level है. Lakes and reservoirs provide temporary base levels. Lakes and reservoirs temporary base levels देते हैं. Changes in sea level can be eustatic or relative. Changes in base levels create and destroy accommodation space. Base level is the primary factor determining erosion versus deposition. तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि हर जगह पॉसिबल है इरोजन होना. यहाँ से मिट्टी का कटाव होते होते धीरे 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 यहाँ तक आएगा, और फाइनली जब हम अल्टीमेट बेस लेवल में यहाँ पहुंचेंगे, यहाँ पे कोई डिपोजिशन नहीं होगा और यहाँ पे कोई इरोजन नहीं होगा. Now graded longitudinal profile. So this is the direction of flow and this is base level and this is longitudinal stream profile, and moving from here to here we reach the ultimate base level. Stream gradient is related to water velocity and the load that it can transport. A change in any of these affects the other two. Each can be influenced by factors outside the stream system, such as base level fluctuations. So these are base level fluctuations of different types. So this is how initially our sedimentary bed looked. Then with time and with erosion, it looked like this. When the erosion got severe, it looked like this. And with series of time, there will be more changes. Now talking about absolute versus relative base level. Absolute, that is eustatic base level. Fluctuations occur on a global scale and are controlled by major climatic or tectonic events such as glacial episodes. एब्सोल्यूट बेस लेवल है वो एक ग्लोबल लेवल पे होता है और वो एक जो भी कोई मेजर क्लाइमेटिक चेंजेस हो, टेक्टोनिक इवेंट्स हो, ग्लेशियल मेल्टडाउन, कोई भी ग्लेशियल एपिसोड्स हो, इन्फ्लेशन और डिफ्लेशन ऑफ ऑल द जियोलॉजिक फैक्टर्स along their spreading centers, तो वो पार्ट है absolute base level का. While relative base levels fluctuations include both eustatic and local signals. Major local factors include basin subsidence and sedimentation rates. और जो relative base levels हैं, जो इनका fluctuation है, ये comparatively locals को ज़्यादा काउंट करते हैं, जिसमें कि बेसन सब्सिडेंस, बेसन का धंसना और सेडिमेंटेशन रेट, जो भी रेट ऑफ सेडिमेंटेशन है वो हम एनालाइज करते हैं. As you can see here, if there will be an uplift, the local datum is this, and there will be a decrement in water depth here. If this is mean water depth, this fixed datum represents eustatic level. Accommodation. Sediment accumulation is limited by the amount of space available below base level. This is referred to as accommodation space. The amount of accommodation is determined by a combination of eustatic sea level fluctuation and basic subsidence and can be either positive or negative. The rate and direction of accommodation changes has a strong impact on the nature and geometry of sedimentary packages. तो जैसे जैसे subsidence बढ़ेगा, with time there will be a change in sea levels, eustatic sea levels. Then it will further change to this, and it will keep on rising with change time, and the subsidence will be increasing. Next is preservation potential. Preservation potential refers to the likelihood of a sedimentary deposit to both the accumulate and to be saved as a part of stratigraphic record. Preservation is affected by depositional environment, position in the graded profile, tectonic setting, and phase within a eustatic cycle. तो जो हमारी सेडिमेंटरी डिपॉजिट है वो स्ट्रेटिग्राफिक रिकॉर्ड के लिए कितना ज्यादा उसके पास पोटेंशियल है कि अपने अंदर वो इंफॉर्मेशन और डेटा को होल्ड कर सके, तो वो उसका प्रिजर्वेशन पोटेंशियल है. So this can represent the preservation potential of this particular sedimentary deposit. Sediment preservation potential. To be preserved, sediment must be deposited within a basin. अगर प्रिजर्वेशन करनी है तो सेडिमेंट की जो डिपोजिशन है वो बेसिन में ही होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर वो हाई लाइंग लैंड पे होगी तो सेडिमेंट इजीली नहीं हो पाएगा। बेसिन इज अ स्पेस लोकेटेड बिलो बेस लेवल, और बेस लेवल के नीचे का स्पेस ही बेसिन है, जहाँ पे इरोजन की पॉसिबिलिटी कम होती है और स्टेबिलिटी ज्यादा होती है। स्पेस अवेलेबल फॉर सेडिमेंट अकोमोडेशन इज रेफर्ड टू एज अकोमोडेशन स्पेस। Accommodation space is created or destroyed by relative base level fluctuations, और जो भी बेस लेवल पे फ्लक्चुएशन होती है उनकी वजह से ये जो accommodations है ये भी अपना साइज और शेप चेंज करती रहती हैं। बेस लेवल फ्लक्चुएशंस आर कॉज्ड बाय चेंजेस यूस्टैटिक सी लेवल और अपलिफ्ट और सबसिडेंस ऑफ द बेसिन फ्लोर। तो सी लेवल के चेंज होने की वजह से भी ये फ्लक्चुएशंस हो सकती हैं, और जो जियोलॉजिक अपलिफ्ट एंड सबसिडेंस की वजह से भी हो सकता है। The nature of stratigraphic practices is controlled by a balance between the rate at which is space is created and filled. Next is sediment supply. Transgression and regressions can be highly influenced by changes in the sediment supply, which in turn can be impacted by source area or denudation, changes in provenance, and climatic fluctuations. And you can pause this video here and study it further. This is alluvial and coastal plain aggradation. This is bayline. Cyclicity or cyclothems or sequence. It has long been recognized that stratigraphic successions occur as cyclical patterns. The term cyclothem was coined to describe the successions in the Paleozoic of the US Midwest, and later applied to Cretaceous strata of Western Interior Basin. The term has now been replaced for the most part. जैसे कि अभी हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, ये जो भी सीरीज ऑफ इवेंट्स हैं ये एक साइकिल में फॉलो होते हैं, और इसको पहले साइक्लिकल पैकेजेस या फिर साइक्लोथेम कहा जाता था, पर उसको अब सीक्वेंस से वर्ड को चेंज कर दिया गया। द वर्ड हैज नाउ बीन चेंज टू सीक्वेंस। सो दिस इज मिडवेस्ट पैलेजोइक क्लोथेम। You can see the changes occurring with time. Now coming to eustatic cycles. Global sea level fluctuations occur on a variety of scales related to tectonic and climatic processes. So these are eustatic. Nested events. A rock body is often composed of laminae formed in seconds within lamination sets within beds, within bed sets, within members, within formations, within groups, within sequence formed over millions of years. So bedding scale, laminations, it is flood, which gives floodplains, waves, they give beaches, tides, they give tidal flats, etc. Beds, floods, they create channels, paleosources create floodplains, storms, they occur in marine and turbidites, etc. So you can study it. Next is Walther's law. In a conformable stratigraphic succession, facies that are now in vertical contact represent environment that were once laterally. जो भी ऐसे वर्टिकल कांटेक्ट में हैं वो इस तरीके से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, एक दूसरे लेटरली एडजेसेंट हो गए. द टॉप मोस्ट इज फ्लड प्लेन, देन लीव एंड देन पॉइंट बार. And this is its further application. You can take an overview from here, and this is not very important from exam point of view, but you can study it for your knowledge. Now the next is correlation. One of the principal jobs of a stratigrapher is to correlate or match equivalent stratigraphic units from one area to another. This has led to a number of different branches of stratigraphy. तो स्ट्रेटिग्राफी स्टडी करने वाले यानी कि स्ट्रेटिग्राफर्स की सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जॉब है कोरिलेशन की. जो भी इवेंट्स हैं, सीरीज ऑफ इवेंट्स हैं, कोरिलेशन की. So some of the formalized types of stratigraphy which stratigraphers study are lithostratigraphy, biostratigraphy, allostratigraphy, chronostratigraphy, pedostratigraphy, and magnetostratigraphy. Rules governing the naming and use of stratigraphy units are found in North American and International Codes of Stratigraphic Nomenclature. So this is again explaining unconformity. Now the terminologies of all. So this is again parasequence set, that is cyclical stacking patterns. Sedimentary pulses are progradational, however, depending upon the overall trend of relative base level movement. Stacking patterns can be propagational, aggradational, or retrogradational, building landward. So these are the types of cyclical stacking. I hope you guys could understand the topics of today's session. The most important topics are all those principles of stratigraphy and what comes under them, the geologic time scale, while some laws and some cyclic events you can just take a overview for your knowledge, and they're not very important from exam point of view. But remember, all the principles you have to learn and you have to explain well. And if in case there is any doubt, feel free to email me. And in the next session, we'll discuss the geologic time scale of India. Thank you. Have a nice time. I hope you guys could understand and correlate the topics taught in today's session. If there is any query or subject matter issue, feel free to mail me at the given email ID. Live discussion sessions could also be used for discussion of doubts. Thank you.